Everyone, this is Shraddha and it is assignment number 10 of Python is Easy course. It is related to the importing of libraries. As given in the assignment, we needed to choose a library, a built-in library, and I explored the standard library called as the OS module. So this is the main.py file. Okay. Now first we are importing the module. So import OS. Now DROS, this method will help you to get the list of functions that are under the OS module. Okay. Next command that we are using is called getCwd. This is a function provided by the OS module to get the current working directory. So we are again printing the same. In order to list what are the files and folders under this directory, we can use the method called as listdir. We can also change the directory. Now if you can see, this is homework 10. So if you print the current working directory will be homework 10. Now we are changing it to the data directory. So now if you do a get of cwd method, if you call this method again, it will show the data is the current working directory because we have changed it using this function. Again we are listing the files and directories under the data directory. Therein we are expecting the response as data.txt. Now we are moving back to the same. We can also make a directory, and that is create an empty directory. The directory name we have given as sub1, and mkdir is the function that we need to call. Now we can also remove this directory by using the method rmdir and providing the directory name. In order to make nested directories, you can't use the same method mkdir and then provide sub1 and sub2. You need to use make dirs. Now this method will create the subdirectories. So it's not that the sub1 needs to exit in order to create sub2. It will go on creating recursively. Similarly, once we create it, we are now invoking the remove dirs function to remove the nested directories. So sub1 and sub2 both will be removed. Next we are creating a file called as sample.txt. Now to this open method where we need to provide the file path, we are using os.path.join function where we are providing the current directory. It will just join these two paths and the file name. So it will be homework 10 slash sample.txt. Then we are trying to rename this file. We are making use of a try catch kind of block. This is try and accept. The file name is sample.txt. Then we are renaming it using the rename method sample.txt, renaming it to text.txt. There is also a function that you can use to check whether a path exists or not. It is called as path.exist function, and then you can provide the path. You can use another method called as isdir. This method will check whether this given path exists and if it is a directory. So in this case we are expecting it to return false. Similarly, you can check whether the path exists and if it is a file or not. So in this one scenario, we are expecting it to return true. So there's also a function called as split. So first we are joining these two paths, making use of path.join method. We are storing it inside the file path variable. Then we are splitting it. We'll get the directory name and the file name as a tuple. We are collecting the same and printing it out. Similarly, you can split a file name with split text. It will give you the file name and the extension. And this is for the stats for a file name. Finally, we are removing that file using remove file name, and that is the path to the particular file. You can also use unlink in case of Unix environment. So let's head to the terminal. We'll head to homework 10. We'll run Python main.py. So first it just lists down the methods that you can that are inside the source module. Then it prints the current working directory, it is homework done. Then it is listing down the directories main.py and the data folder. If you see, it is data and main.py. Then we were changing the directory to data. Then again we are listing there is data.txt. If you see under data, it is data.txt. Then we are checking whether the path exists or not, whether the directory exists, and if it is if whether the path exists and it is a directory. Similarly, whether the path exists and it is a file. Here we were expecting it true because sample.txt exists and we created it. Okay, this was the directory name and this was the file name when we use the split function. Here you can see we collected the directory name and the file name and we printed out both the same. In the next file we were expecting the file name and the extensions. So you can see the file name is main and the extension is .py. Finally the stats. So we have explored the OS module. There are a lot of more functionalities provided by this module. As we go further, we'll learn about it. Thank you.